All right, everybody. Today, real basic stuff here. We're just going to be going over um, the areas of Buenos Aires and kind of what you should be thinking about as a tourist if you want to just kind of understand the basics and operate in some of the more basic areas. So right now, we've got a zoomed out map of the province of Buenos Aires. It's not all of it, obviously, but it's some of it. And where my cursor is right here, this is the main kind of city area, okay? And you can take the train out this way, you can take the train out this way, you can take it out this way. This is where Tigre is, which is a popular place to go right here. But that's basically the what they would call the provincia. So that's where a lot of people live, and a lot of people will travel into this inner area, which is the city itself for work. Um, but yeah, so you can take the trains. That's something to think about. But we're really going to be focused more on this, which is the actual city itself. Okay, and I guess we'll work our way from right to left. So this this is Recoleta. Here's the Recoleta Cemetery. This is something. This is Teatro Colón, and this would be the somewhere along here is the Obelisco. Okay, so this area basically from here down. There's a bunch. This is like the city center, basically. I mean, it's very popular. There's a bunch of people, big buildings, all of that good stuff. Okay, you go more this way into this area, and this is where this is like Cache Florida, um, and that's where there's a lot of people to change money. As you can see, there's a lot of train stops as well. Okay, so there's a lot of areas where you can train no subte, so you can use that as transportation. There's plenty of accessible areas here in the Recoleta area. Once you get more over here, this area, we'll work our way this way. This is Puerto Madero. Okay, so this would be where you go, and it's kind of like the high rent area. It's more expensive than Palermo, but there's really not a ton to do. It's fancy, big buildings, big apartment buildings. There's good restaurant like Faena has a good restaurant. El Mercado, it's a good steak restaurant, and but yeah, there's not a ton to do in Puerto Madero. There's a lot more to do in this area here and this area here as well. I love this area actually. Recoleta. It's great. I like this park right here is amazing. But yeah, if you're staying here, and this is also, you're close to the cemetery, which is right here. You have the library, um, as well. You have the law school and a bunch of interesting stuff. Avienda Santa Fe. So one thing that you'll realize, okay, about this area is that there's some streets that go kind of through the city itself, and Avenida Santa Fe is one of those streets. That's going to go all the way from um, here into Palermo. So yeah, that's basically Recoleta. And if you look here for Avenida Libertador, that kind of connects this Recoleta area. This is like parks and um Las Heras is a Sute station. Um kind of connects with Palermo. And this is all kind of green. And then you have this area in Palermo, which is very popular. You got a museum, very popular museum here. But yes, this area of Palermo, very, very popular. You have the Rose Garden and the Japanese Garden and some other botanical gardens, that type of stuff. Eco Parque, which is like an old zoo. that is kind of somewhere in between a park and a zoo now. Pretty interesting. I mean, if you're visiting here, you're definitely going to want to check all of this out. Okay, this is important. Um, as well, yeah, Plaza Italia. So theoretically, something that you can do that wouldn't be crazy at all would be to, you're in this area in Recoleta, and then you take the subte from here to Plaza Italia, and then from there you can check all this stuff out. Okay, this is Plaza Serrano, which is like kind of the center of Palermo, I guess you could say. It's where a lot of people go out and go to a bar, go to a restaurant, maybe. Don Julio is a little bit up from there. Um, it's interesting. Palermo, there's obviously a lot of stuff there. It's great for some people. Um, yeah, but a little bit higher up would be more of the green space, and then if you go lower down, it's more shops, restaurants, coffee shops, that type of stuff. Um, and if you go even a little bit lower, it's Villa Crespo, which is an area, and that's a little bit more residential. Okay, it's yeah, just a little bit more residential. People like to stay there. It's a walking distance from Palermo, and depending on where you're at in Villa Crespo. And there's also Parque Centenario, which is like a huge park. On the weekends, they have like a farmers market. No, like I don't know, kind of a flea market type of thing. As well, you've got Chacarita, which is another kind of popular neighborhood that people will spend time in. And as well as that, you have Belgrano. Belgrano is probably most famous for the Barrio Chino, which is like the Chinatown here. Okay, so you can go check that out for sure. And then you go a little bit further out, and this is less touristy, I guess you could say. So basically, you have Belgrano, Palermo, Villa Crespo, Chacarita, Colegiales, um, and Recoleta, and as well Puerto Madero. Those are kind of the tourist areas that you'll probably be staying in for more or less of your journey. And like I said, if you need to go further out, you can take the trains. But basically, that's a quick overview. It's really all I wanted to say. So thank you for tuning in, and we will talk to you shortly. Cheers.